Hey everybody, welcome to our podcast. I'm Jason.
And this is great. This is Karen.
And this is the Walking Dead cast episode 51. And yeah, so Karen's off in the Caribbean with David.
Oh, that's your story? You're going with that?
As opposed to what?
I don't know, with this radical new haircut you have. I'm a little worried that you shot her in the knee and left her with lock or something.
I got it. Usually I have, well, I'm super lazy, so I let my hair grow out every year and then I get a Shane haircut at some point. So yeah, I'm feeling very Shaney. But anyways, you guys might recognize the name Grace. And actually Grace has been on the show several times before. Here's a little clip. But so yeah, Grace, I figured you would be really good to come on and help do this interview since you're number one fan, Walking Dead fan.
Yeah, let's do it.
By the way, you probably figured out from the title of the episode that we're going to have Lauren Cohan on today, who plays Maggie. So super excited about that. But let's talk to Grace for a bit first. So Grace, how did you find out about the show in the first place, the actual Walking Dead show?
I just heard about it online somewhere, and I've always been sort of into like the post-apocalyptic kind of genre, and I was like, so I thought I'd give it a try.
And did you know right away that you were going to like it?
Yeah, I knew right away, especially after episode 2 when I introduced Glenn. I just like, yeah, I love it.
You're from Atlanta, so you can tell whether or not Andrew Lincoln's accent is messed up, right?
Well, there's a lot of different kind of accents in Georgia. It's a big state, but yeah, I can notice when it goes in and out, or not necessarily just is,
Are there like categories of accents that can be easily categorized?
Probably so. I mean, somewhere deep south.
More twangy, kind of?
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, I have an accent a little bit too, so.
No.
Yeah. Well, maybe over in California you can't get out as easy, but.
I hear it a little bit. So then you started watching the show, and I know that you're a big fan. In fact, you told me that you actually like it better than Breaking Bad, which I think Breaking Bad's amazing, so I think that's a pretty big statement. So what is it that you like about it so much?
Well, I think the difference between like Breaking Bad and The Walking Dead is I just really love the Walking Dead characters. I can relate to them sometimes. I can sympathize with them. Whereas in Breaking Bad, I love to watch the characters, but I don't necessarily like them.
Yeah. So who's your favorite on the show?
Glenn's my favorite.
Glenn podcast. We've been getting I wasn't even going to mention this with Karen on because she doesn't like when we get bad reviews, but since you're here, we've been getting like really ripped for how much we love Glenn on the show.
Oh yeah, okay, thanks.
So sorry. But anyway, okay, cool. Well, let's go ahead and move on to the interview. We'll be right back with Lauren Cohan. Okay, we're back and we have Lauren Cohan. Thanks so much for doing this, Lauren. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, of course.
And I usually have my co-host Karen on, but she's off in the Caribbean with her husband for vacation. So I brought on one of our listeners, Grace, who's a big fan of the show, and she's actually met you.
Yeah. Oh, nice. When did we meet? I had the opportunity to go watch filming down in Old Sharpsburg. It was when you and Steven were filming that first pharmacy run.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so down in the little town, you guys were on horseback and whatnot.
Down in the little town where we have Steve's pharmacy.
I think, Grace, that you mentioned that when you hung out, on the set and you heard Lauren talking that maybe she had an American accent. Is that what you said?
Yeah. I mean, Lauren, you were just talking in an American accent, and I had never heard you in an interview or anything. So when I heard you, a few weeks later, it was like on a Comic-Con video or something panel, and you came out with this British accent, and I was like floored because when I met you, I had no clue that wasn't your real accent. Is it difficult to keep Maggie's like twangy little accent consistent?
It is in a way actually, because when I started, I thought she was a lot more southern, and it ended up working out that for us to soften the accent. But the only way to say it when we were filming was to be in it all the time. So much easier. And I know most people don't know I have an English accent. It's kind of funny.
Does that do something to your mindset to be switching in and out of accents all the time?
It does, and it's really funny because I don't speak to my English family as much when I'm working, just because it's a bit distracting, and I think I had 2 phone calls with my mom where I was in the accent just for amusement. My godmother told me that actually, because when I was a kid I lived in Georgia for a minute, and that was when I first started to speak, and my godmother told me that when some of my first words were in a really strong southern accent, which I didn't even remember, and she had bought me a dress when I was about 4 apparently, and I was like, yeah, put it on me. And so,
does it help having Andrew Lincoln on the set to talk about the accent and whatnot?
Yeah, big time, and Andy stays in the accent all the time. I mean, he comes to work on any work takes in the accent 100% of the time, so that was really inspiring and helpful, and we have the same dialect coach actually, so we do little fake sessions all the time.
Now that Grace and I are both big fans of the comic, and so I've been waiting to see what Maggie was going to be like since day one, and it's been so long in the comic since Maggie's been around that it feels like she's been around since the beginning. She's like one of the main cast members to me. So now that you're there, do you feel like that you're rooted in the group like everybody else?
Yeah, I definitely do. Now coming to the end of the season, and you really do feel part of the family, and we're so isolated out there that it really encourages just our group dynamic. I was thinking, I don't know if it would be the same show if we were shooting in the middle of nowhere. I don't think it would.
When you look at the scripts, are you ever afraid that you're suddenly going to read your death scene?
No, not in this season because I just started. But that is the thing about a zombie show. I mean, it's like you never know, and good people die all the time because that's the nature of The Walking Dead. But but I think I guess it's maybe one of the first times if that's a drama that somebody dies, and that's worth it. But of course I don't want to go.
No. Have you read it? Have you read the comic much?
I read up to the end of them, near the end of them in the prison, but I haven't read past that because it does start getting confusing. And I don't want to spoil it too much for myself. But yeah, I read up to where Maggie hangs herself, and yeah, it's good stuff, man.
So yeah, I mean, it gets really dark, like especially for Maggie later on. You just mentioned she hangs herself. Do you let that inform your performance?
I'm trying not to now because the Maggie that she is now isn't, I think, as jaded as she becomes later in the comic. But Steve and I have definitely read some of the comics and been like, oh, I hope I get to do that. And like, this is such a drama. So it's nice as a guideline, but like I said, so much more is affecting it, so many more factors. Just being there in the relationships that I find with my character and my dad and interplay with everybody else. The comic is definitely a really great starting point, but I have to let it kind of be this new thing that I find too. It's more exciting for everybody, I think.
Yeah, it's more exciting for us too. I like to see how it differs so that we don't just know everything that's going to happen anyway.
Yeah, and you never knew the relationship, how Glenn and Maggie actually started was much faster in the books than it is in this. And that's been so much of the great story that Stephen and I have gotten to share this year, and that all that's been elaborated. Yeah, definitely been a fun ride.
I have to say, I prefer how you guys got together on the TV show to the comics. It was so tender and awkward and
similar but different.
Yeah.
It was different, did you say?
Yeah, well, I mean, it was forward, but not quite as forward.
No, I thought it was actually a lot more vulnerable the way we did it in the show.
Yeah.
I just watched that stuff back. It's hard to watch it right away, but I got to watch back once I had a bit of distance from the show, and I think that they have the coolest relationship the way this has begun.
Totally.
I mean, you haven't really seen that done before either, so it was exciting.
That scene was good. It felt very, I don't know, like you say, vulnerable. And it seems like, I don't know if this is right, but you can feel Steven's improv experience coming into it a little bit. It was very funny. You guys are both really funny.
Yeah, I know. He's so funny. I love the scene when he talks to Dale about that he slept with Maggie, and he kind of has well, wouldn't you? But he's so funny. Steven is so sort of funny, man. It's like,
I can imagine.
Yeah, we're trying to get more funny stuff in the show. We're like,
Yeah, and you guys are a much needed element of lightness in like the oppressive zombie apocalypse. So I'm really glad that you came on.
And hope as well, I think.
the hope, yeah, exactly. I mean, it's like at the end of the day, we're still people. We are living in these dire situations, but we're still people, and you still try to make the best of the situation. It's like, I don't know.
And that's something I've always liked about Glenn's character too, is that you know, I mean, he's in a really bad situation, but he does find the little joys around, you know. But, you know, that's something that I think, that he brings to the
He
relationship
has no
too.
idea what, I mean, even if like it kind of gets glossed over, not glossed over, we haven't really got to it. But yeah, his whole family, and we never really know how he's coping, and there's never where they are, and it'll be a nice reveal when it happens.
When you first came onto the show, did you audition with Glenn or with Stephen Young so you could figure out if you guys had chemistry?
Well, we were going to, but I was in Ireland at a wedding, and I sent a tape. It was kind of hysterical, and I sent a tape over, and then they said, okay, you know, they really like it, we're going to be for chemistry read, and then over the weekend they decided not to do chemistry read, just to bring me over for it. So it was like very, it's amazing how people just know, I guess. You know,
Yeah.
People enough, but it was exciting because it was like I was waiting to find out if I was coming to the chemistry read, and then at the last minute they were like, no, can you just come for the job tomorrow tonight? Like, so we did the match for 3 hours at Agnes Grace, and I came from school.
Wow, that's exciting.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. But I came with a suitcase with a cocktail dress and 2 jumpers in it. Like I didn't even have fucking clothes.
There's been some really good scenes between you and Scott recently, and it looks like you guys have a really you play off of each other. You know, you really bring out the emotion. Is that right?
Yeah, Scott is a legend, an absolute legend. Like he's one of the most inspiring people I've met in my time in this so far. Yeah, I mean, how lucky are we to have this guy?
Yeah, he's so good.
Yeah, he's great.
Yeah, but he is like that. He's like really lovely with Emily as well.
Oh, is he?
Is being on the show, does it? I know you've done some other series work and stuff. Does it feel a lot different, or is it similar?
Yeah, it's a lot different. This is my favorite thing so far. Like it's literally she's a dream role for me. I love Maggie so much. I love how straightforward she is and just fun. And so yeah, I love things. And also just this group. It's a really good group. It's a really good creative process. Everything else felt fun, but this has just been like life changing.
Have you had anybody come up to you since you guys have wrapped filming?
Yeah, it's been really funny actually. In Georgia, people are amazing because they already know the show is there, so they kind of feel more like family when they're fans there for some reason. And like their whole like, make sure you come to my register next time. But but everywhere else, it's like I was doing karaoke in a big bar in LA the other day, and you forget that people, like a lot of people watch The Walking Dead, and so you really want to be an idiot, and you can't really be an idiot anymore.
You're getting famous.
Yeah, so that was funny, but it's so cool. I mean, The Walking Dead just attracts such a cool fan base, but it's like people always have nice interesting things to say, so it's fun, kind of fun hearing that. Even got TMZ for the first time.
What would they do?
Oh, they found he was in the Grove, and they found him, and they asked him if something about zombie sex life. I don't know, it's very random.
Nice.
I know.
So over the season, I want to touch on that Maggie has been kind of hot and cold with Glenn. You know, she rudely broke an egg over his head.
Yeah.
And I think I have a pretty good idea of what's going on with that, but I want to hear your take.
I think Maggie's just resisting getting involved, but the egg thing, man, that was very well deserved. I watched that. Yeah, I mean, come on, dude.
To me, it seems like Glenn, I mean, he's an interesting character because he's such a brave and, you know, even wise person a lot of the time, but also he's really dumb and immature a lot of the times, and he said some really stupid things to Maggie. And so when he says something like that, what's like you know, I have 11 condoms left or whatever, what's going through your head at that point?
I love it. He's just like, it's like he had an older brother and he would have checked with the older brother if he should say that, and now he doesn't. He's
Totally lost.
Yeah, and he can't like go to Amazon and get some kind of like guidebook, and I don't know. It really just feels like he's kind of untethered and trying to, I don't know, find his way through these waters of romance. It's funny.
And so,
underneath it doesn't matter. He doesn't need to try so hard because he's so, you know, Maggie likes him anyway, but that's just natural.
Why does she like him? What does she see in him?
or like when he does that, do you, as Maggie, think, oh, maybe this guy's not right for me?
No, I think she's embarrassed for him when he said there's 11 condoms.
Yes, that look on your face was really good when you were walking away after you said that. Awesome.
That was so fun to do too because he was just like, you know, he did. I can't remember if that made it, but he like literally I left and he turned around and he like smacked himself across the face and does the whole thing. It was really funny. But yeah, I think she likes him. She knows he's an idiot. And I think Maggie's, you know, kind of, she maybe hasn't been in love that much either, but it's still, you know, they both have this interesting sort of, they're wise and courageous, but really young. And I think a lot of the courage comes from just like young spirit and stuff. And that's when it's, you know, going down the well or just taking a chance and having sex in a pharmacy, whatever it is, you know.
And yeah, right now she's kind of unspoiled because she hasn't really seen a lot of the zombie action. Like you said, she's not dated yet.
Yeah, exactly. And she's just kind of, you know, it's that like ignorance of, not necessarily of youth, but it's kind of the whole like blind confidence. Jump off the cliff and then see.
Yep. One thing that I think is kind of interesting about The Walking Dead in particular is, you know, it is a zombie show, so there's this element of like gory fun. You know, you kind of have this thrill of the kill, and it can make things seem like almost like a death is, you get a pass on being kind of cavalier about it, which is fun. But for The Walking Dead, it's also like rooted in character, and there's all these deeper themes, and it's kind of serious and dramatic. And those two together, okay, for example, some people get really cavalier about the characters that they don't necessarily like they're all, oh, Carol, she's so whiny, she should just die, because they're watching a horror thing. But you know, then the other people who get into the drama of it and the characterization are like, no, she's a viable character. So people come at it from two different angles. They're either like horror fans who are like the thrill of the gore, or they're drama fans. Does that resonate with you at all? I guess is what I'm asking.
Oh, I know what you're saying. Yeah, I find it interesting because there are those kinds of people that get upset when there aren't enough deaths and enough zombies and stuff. Yeah, I see what you mean. And that's, I think, part of the charm of the show is that it appeals to so many people because on a dramatic character level, it's really something interesting. Like, what do this variety of people do in the situation? And I think people feel so real. It's like Carol, especially, I love her character. I think she's just anyway, she's an amazing actress that I just really enjoy. So, yeah, I'm not really sure what to say to that, except if you always give people what they want, then they'll be disappointed anyway, so you have to just keep it switching it up.
Totally.
But, I mean, they were definitely trying to just make this interesting and delve into people's lives, and, I don't know, the story that Norman and Melissa have, not Norman, Melissa, but Carol and Carol helps you with that, by the way, that gets, yeah, it gets interesting.
Okay. Little teaser. So far, what's been your favorite moment of being on the show?
I like the episode previous to this that Stephen and I have where we end up at a can and then he tells man up, and I love shooting that episode. That was really fun. Oh God, so many.
So the first time you held Walker Day?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's all been so good.
Cool. So are you looking forward to her getting out and seeing, you know, how bad it really is?
Oh, for getting on the road and seeing how it is out there with the zombies?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I'm looking forward to some gore. I'm looking forward to I know that's kind of twisted, but I really want to like get kill some zombies and get involved with that action side of it. It's just such a gift with being on the farm and getting to really develop. I mean, getting to see more of all the characters that we saw in season 1, and also just to develop my character in kind of this like moment of calm. But yeah, I definitely want to get from us.
Of course, you're in zombie thing.
Yeah, and I miss my horse.
Because you only got to write it like in the first episode, right? Or
Yeah,
a couple times. Yeah. Did you have any experience working with horses or writing previous to The Walking Dead?
A bit of experience. I did some for Chuck, and then I'd done horse riding lessons sporadically, but this was kind of the most real one.
When you see zombies like that, when you see the zombies on the show, are you able to really get in the moment and feel that fear?
Yeah, especially when I have contact in.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the thing about zombies is that like they work really hard to be terrifying, and it's just you only really have to look at them to feel that. But the best part of the zombies is that in the off time, and there's a lot of zombies on the show that repeat, so like you wouldn't necessarily know. And on the off time, everybody's like standing there with coffee and cigarettes, like, hi, how's it going? You're just like, so you have to sort of not spend too much time with relaxed zombie, otherwise you get less scared.
Do you ever want to be a zombie on the show?
No way.
Because that would mean something.
I do if it didn't have the connotations that it does.
Right.
If there was a way of being alive and still being a zombie, then yeah.
This is a good segue because the one rule that we have on the show is that everybody makes a zombie sound. Here's Steven's. I said that's how he sounds when he wakes up in the morning.
Yeah, that's actually what Steven sounds like in the trailer. When I make up. Okay, zombie sounds.
Gruesome.
That's a
That was kind of nails on a chalkboard. Just a couple more. So, were you upset to see Maggie's death in the most recent episode of the comic? I'm just kidding.
I was like, what?
Jason's evil.
You're silent.
I was like, the line must have gone bad again. I think I heard it wrong.
Okay, that's all we got for you. Thanks so much, Lauren.
It's such great style, she goes.
Yeah, guns a-blazing.
Hopefully no time soon.
No time soon.
Yep.
Yep. Okay, thanks a lot.
Thanks, Lauren.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Take care. Good luck.
Bye.
You watching?
Bye.
Okay, cool. Bye.